Captain's Log, August 7th, 2026. Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Good on you, you've made it to Friday. I've mentioned this a few times already, but still, doesn't entirely feel like Friday. I'd say it does kind of feel like Friday, but it's, I don't know, just like extra. It's just long. The week's been long, the day's been long, just tired. Maybe next week will feel like the days of the week, instead of, like, weird and extra. Anywho, what did I watch? I watched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which was my pick this week, and I gave it 4.5 stars and a heart, and said, quite a beautifully shot and uplifting film. Walter's arc was well done, and the subtle use of color during it was great. I liked the daydreams and do wish they were in this more, but I understand why the helicopter one was the last one. Okay, the helicopter one was the last, or it was like the last, like, huge one. I think there's like smaller one where he's on a bike, then that does impact the plot. So that was the real last one. But the helicopter one was probably my favorite. It's quite nice. But I liked this movie. It was cool. It's quite nice. I thought the guy playing the photographer was Sylvester Stallone, but no, he wasn't. He just looks a little like him. But quite nice. Again, uplifting film. Because Alright, I'm not in reviews, I'm in like a regular, just Letterboxd page. Play It Again Sam was also pretty alright. After Hours was kind of just comically against him. So, I think I watch decently, or been of late watching some not mean-spirited against the characters, kind of like, yeah, that's nice for them, movies, like Rental Family. Good, Bad, and the Ugly is alright. I wouldn't say it's like, I don't know. I'd say that treats the characters well. I mean, they go for quite a lot, but like they are capable. But with Secret Life of Walter Mitty, it's like, oh, good for him. Again, it's uplifting. It's nice. Another daydreaming movie with Play It Again Sam. A little more involved. Okay, I've had daydreams like that, where it's like full extended, and then someone's like, hey, are you here? I did that at like the dinner table during like family meals. And people were like, what do you think of this, Sawyer? And I go, huh? What? Oh, right. I don't know. Because I was busy either writing or just daydreaming. So, happens a lot. I can relate to him and Alan in doing that. And look where it got them. Huh? This is what delusions can do for you. Yeah, these aren't the mean-spirited films like After Hours, where a guy wants to just have a new experience and ends up with an angry mob chasing him, and a monologue that I wish was longer. Just, I wanted to have a nice evening, meet a nice girl, get a cup of coffee, and now I gotta die for it? I gotta die? I should learn that monologue. I just pull it out when I'm annoyed. And now I gotta die for it? I watched it on YouTube again, specifically just that monologue, I think Wednesday, and I still enjoy it. I really do think it's the best scene in the movie. Anyway, so nice little positivity break there, and now we'll get into Captain Vile complaining even more. So, My coworkers, you know them. You know how. I'm going to turn the lights on. Hang on. Dark in my room. I forgot to turn them on before dinner. Now, decently well lit. Not too much glare. Not really any glare on my screen. Not important. So you know my coworkers. I've complained about them for maybe a month straight. Pleasant folks. Very bad at their jobs, making me do all the work, and fixing mistakes they make. Very pleasant. Love them. Love being scheduled with them every goddamn time. This week, however, they didn't make too many mistakes. Some stupid questions, but like, you know, they were only competently. They were only. I messed up that sentence. Funny. I'm talking about competence. They were only comically incompetent at the jobs that they do every single day, instead of infuriatingly incompetent. So much so to the point where you would have thought it was National Suicide Prevention Day. They want me to come in next time. They want me to be there to glare daggers at them when they ask me a stupid question during a rush. What was the stupid question, Captain? Well, I'd gotten off my break and gotten back to work making orders, and the coworker, who has absolutely no peripheral vision, no spatial awareness whatsoever, looks at me as I'm preparing food and says, "You're off your break, right?" And I just look at him silently for 5 seconds without blinking and just go, "Yeah." Oh, yeah, no, I've been off my break for 15 minutes helping you. What do you think? Oh, no, I'm still on my break. I'm using my time to help you with these orders. Because did you know I actually love doing this? So much so that I'll do it unpaid. I'll deal with your stupid, moronic questions. Day in and day out, minute after minute, hour after hour. Just for the love of it. Because I love you, you stupid, fat moron. You absolute idiot. What do you use your brain? Is the space behind your eyes there for cosmetic purposes? What do you think? Do you think at all before you talk? No, you don't. If you didn't think, boy howdy, that would explain a lot. What do you think? What kind of a question is that? It's okay. Just irritating. There's only so many times I can say, what do you think? If you used your brain for just a pintosecond, you would realize that not only is the answer obvious, but that I hate when you ask me these stupid questions every day. And I guess he's just trying to make small talk. I'll make small. I would like to preface. I'll exaggerate the hatred not the hatred, the amount I deal with it for like comedic effect. But it's two very irritating people. It's not everyone at work. It's just two very irritating people that I am very irritatingly shifted with every single time. Every shift I have to deal with these morons. But it's just those two. I will be fair to my other coworkers. It's not all of them are stupid idiots. But it's just what kind of question is that? A stupid kind. A moronic kind. A kind an imbecile would ask. Is what kind of question it is. God damn it. God. Alright. And I gotta deal with them tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, Sunday. But it's just like I said, I'm like it feels like it's later, but obviously it's not because I'm recording Captain's Log today. It is on. I say that sometimes it is the managers. I did mention the annoying guy who's like, "And how are you doing today?" And I was like, "I'm good, good or really good." And yeah, that was fun. That was just obnoxious. But there was also just like another this exact shift yesterday was I had to do another survey. Would you believe that? You'd think it was a goddamn like data center instead of like or data processing center and not a kitchen with how many surveys we have to take. But I had to take another survey. I didn't know about it. Apparently, we got an email, but it didn't show up on my phone's email, and this is part of the story. So I'm on my break, and one of my managers comes in, and I pull my earbuds out and says, "Hey, can you do this survey? Or just make sure you do it." And I said, "Now?" And he said, "Yeah." And then he like left the room while I'm on my break. Now, there is only one thing that I have to do on my break, and that is a little thing called diddly squat. Um, because that's my time. I give them 7 to 8 hours, and then I get a little break and some cheap food, and then I go back to dealing with stupid morons. I don't want to do that when I'm not being paid to. So I did not do it, and then my manager was like, "Okay, well you did. I can see that you didn't do it." And I said, "Okay, I'll just do it when I get home." And he's like, "Can you do it 5 minutes before you clock out?" And it's, what are you talking about? Yeah, it takes me like half an hour to get home when I clock out. So I guess there is a difference between 5 minutes before your shift and after your shift. But it's just you like it has to be done today. But like 5 minutes before I clock out, okay, man. So I attempted to do the same thing. I just said, "Yeah, okay," I lied and said, "Yeah, I'll do that before I clock out." Um, because I couldn't do it. Like he told me to go do it before just saying do it before you clock out. And I showed him my phone and I didn't have the email. And like I even like typed in the website and it still was like not gonna work. So I just went, whatever. I couldn't do it there. So like 5 minutes till I clock out comes and he's like, "Okay, could you come to see me in my office?" And he's got like the survey pulled up on the computer. And he's like, "Okay, bye." And it's just, all right, whatever, man. I haven't clocked out yet. Like he said, 5 minutes before you clock out. Like I'm getting paid for this. I don't care. It's annoying because I missed the bus, but like the bus is so finicky. That's another thing. I wasn't gonna complain about this, but because I mentioned it, the bus driver like, and I've had problems with occasional bus drivers, where I like run at them while they're parked, waving my hands. The bus driver knows I'm coming, and then he like continues to drive off. Like they start up and go. That didn't happen this time. I was at the bus station or stop there. I like very clearly motioned to the bus I'd like to get on, and it like kept driving even though the turning signal for like we're gonna stop now went up, and then it like parked because it was like he noticed me too late. And the same thing happened when I'd like to stop at this stop. He drove past the stop and then he like parked. I mean, it was like this is dead of night. It's not going to be like cars are going to be honking at him. It was like, "You wanted to get off, right?" I was like, "Yeah." So he just opened the door and was like, "I guess just I don't know, jump the fence or something." And I did, but it's like, what the hell, man? Are you high? Like, are you there? You have to be alert. You're driving. Your reaction speed leaves a little bit to be desired. So yesterday was just fun. Just Oh well, but that's enough. Like well, Captain, this doesn't seem very neutral to positive. And no, I'd say it has not been very neutral to positive. Um, but it's my show, and I can bend the rules And I can also break the rules over my knee multiple times because it's my, show. I'm gonna have some water. Yeah. All right. On a more positive note, the comic I'm making. Have I mentioned what it is? I think I have. If not, I don't. Maybe I did. Whatever. It's Diamond Eye and Kevin. I'm not turning Diamond Eye and Kevin's trip to Las Vegas into a comic. While it would be easier, I will not be doing that. I actually do want to touch on turning animations into comics. Not all of them. Not all of them. All right. I'm jumping all over my words here. So it's Diamond Eye and Kevin in like a court case. Is the comic. And I'm now thinking I got more ideas for comics, and some ideas of animations to work on that I'm like, you know what? Maybe that could be a comic. That'd be a whole lot easier. Because I did want to make a sequel to The Man Who Bled Gold, which was just the Crane Clan introduction, and it wasn't even that long. Like this would have been maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. It was literally just an action scene. It was Francis fighting fighting in quotation marks Golden God. He set a trap for him in like a frozen forest, and Golden God like sets it off, and they fight each other. Or he escapes because Golden God's like gets out of the trap because he's the Golden God. That's kind of like his whole thing. But it's just that. And as I was like beginning to write this comic, get all the dialogue out and storyboard it, I was like, well, there's no dialogue in Cold Reunion, which is the name of the animation that I'm now making a comic, so it's easier. And the next that universe's comic, or the universe's animation, Tales of Volgriff, will have a little more meat on its bones. It can be something more substantial than just like a fight scene, since I can just do that in the comic. And just be, you get both. Well, you get one in maybe a less animated, not at all animated form. But you get it, alright? As in, you get the story. And you get this new shiny one, which is worthy of an animation. So I'll do that with a few ones. I didn't cut it because it's dialogueless, because I do have some dialogueless animations planned. Not that I'm going to tell you what they are, because that's the surprise. It's when you're like, no one said anything. That must be intentional. But I'm interested to do some of those. And yeah, making comics. Because I used to make comics as a kid. I'd show them off to my family and do stupid voices. The comics themselves were awful. And the voices could be better. Like, I mentioned, like, Dee's voice comes from the villain of those comics. And I've improved the voice since then. But I don't know. That does leave the question, should I dub the comics? I'll make a video announcing that the comics are finished and tell you to go read them. But I don't think I would want to dub them. I think I'd want people to, with like, because Diamond Eye and Kevin are getting an animation, so it's like, well, you can't really imagine your own voice for them because they have their own voices. But with other stuff, you can kind of like read it and get a voice for the character in your head. So I don't think I'll dub the comics. Could someone else dub the comics, Captain? Well, maybe if they pay me $1 billion. Sure, go ahead, go buck wild as long as you give me $1 billion. I don't know, whatever. I don't know, I've not thought about that, but they're my comics, so maybe I'll be more lenient on people using my work, my genius. But yeah, I have some more of those planned. They still also kind of take a little bit, but certainly less than the animation. I don't have a set goal in mind of making them. I can make a comic, and I used to have ideas for comic, worlds, actual, storylines. But with these, it's just kind of like one-offs. So I don't know. I mean, it's fun just making like a little in-between. Because when does this court comic take place in the Diamond Eye and Kevin timeline, Captain? I don't know. Well, I do know. I'm the guy. I said this last time. I made the damn thing. I'm more using it. All right. I don't know is like a buffer to make. It's like an or like kind of thing. I know, but I'm not. I'm talking faster than I'm thinking, which is what I'm upset with my coworker for doing. So I'm being hypocritical while talking about this. So I am not going to apologize to that coworker because I don't like them, and they deserve hypocritical treatment because I'm annoyed. I don't know. See, right there, it's just a basic filling the silence while you're thinking of something to actually fill the silence with some substance. Is that a sign that I have to end the recording? I'm gonna take another sip of water. Talking faster than I did last time. I drank. I'm gonna take another one actually. Hydrate. You know why? Because I'm jumbling over my words. I'm talking quite a lot. More, well, I wouldn't say more so than usual. But I'm talking more than I was at the first couple minutes, maybe. But yeah, I have some more ideas for them. And I'll probably, I don't think definitely comic characters can, like, there's a planned recurring character in, the Diamond Eye and Kevin comic I'm making now. So she'll appear in, maybe she will appear, but she definitely could appear in later animations. But other stuff, I'm not sure. I'm also as if I could, like, adapt the comics into a short animation. But I don't know, I'd have to get the voice actors, and also I'd have to animate it, which is, like, why I'm doing this. I want to make stuff with the characters that doesn't take up too much time. That'd just be like a passion thing. If I really, really love this particular comic, maybe if I think it's got the legs for it. But it's like a whole other thing of just, if you want to, like, I'm picking the comic medium. You can do stuff in that. You can do to a certain extent in animation, but with great difficulty and not really as smoothly in a comic, if you ask me. So it's the same thing with, like, and I guess I'm no stranger to doing that, because the novelization of animations that I do every now and then, and I'm planning on doing it for The Man Who Played Gold, and I'm planning on doing it for Diamond Eye and Kevin Strip Las Vegas, and all others, is because that's, like, the director's cut. Because it's the same thing, but it's got, like, deleted scenes and every now and then a little bit more characterization in it. But it's a different medium, so it's not a different story, but you're experiencing it in a much different way. Especially because since it's a novelization, you can, if you have the ability to picture stuff in your head, you can imagine it completely differently than it's animated. So if you wanted to be like a wide shot when describing something that in the animation is like maybe a close-up or something else, or even a far wide shot, but you bring it a little closer, it's different. So that's something you gotta take into account when making adaptations. But always a fun challenge with making stuff, especially if you're making stuff based on stuff you've made. Do you know what that's called, children? That's called an Ouroboros. Oh well. Hey, they're eternal. Are they doing well? I don't really know. We can't really ask one. Their mouth is full. They can't talk. Oh well. So yes, more comics planned now that I've started thinking about it a little more. I'll probably like make little updates on the comics too. Not as often as what some of the animations which there's one coming with substance. I know the last one I didn't have because I was busy with finals and stuff, but I'm working on it. Stay up all night if I have to. I'll get no sleep. Does anyone get that reference? That's a pretty famous clip from their life. And who's they, Captain? You don't want to know. If you didn't get the reference, I'd count yourself lucky. All right, I know I make a lot of references that people don't catch, especially with my friends, which is really irritating because if they actually watched more stuff, then they'd realize how hilarious I am. But that's one of the references I don't want people to get because it's a terrible story that you shouldn't look into, and you're better off for not knowing. It's a cognito hazard. If you know it, you'll be damaging yourself. So don't look into that at all. Anyway, now I've absolutely said everything I feel like saying at the moment. So, thank you for watching, and goodbye.